So, anyways, while we wait for those last couple, let's have Coooley give us a little introduction on yourself here. You know, you've been streaming D2 for how long? And what's a little bit of your background? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I've been streaming D2 for probably, I don't know, close to 6 months, in and around there now.
Nice.
It's not very long, but I kind of got into it mainly because I love video games, right? I love playing games, as a lot of streamers do. And, I actually started out by, I didn't know what I wanted to play, but I did notice one thing right off the bat is you better play a game you absolutely love.
Yep.
That, that you're gonna burn out with. And Diablo 2 was that game for me. I mean, I've played this game for so long, and I absolutely love it. And the one thing that I thought that I might be able to contribute to, the community is a perspective on PvP. For me, that was always the end game. You know what I mean? I really love hunting for items. I really love, doing meth runs. Yep. and finding GG stuff.
It's so
that's
fun
as well. PvP is just that different end game for me. I've always loved it. No matter how good your character is, this is, what I noticed very early on in the game. No matter how good your character is, there's always someone better, or there's always someone who does something a little differently that will teach you something, that you just never knew. And
yep.
Sometimes it takes getting whooped quite a few times for it to sink in my case. But, that was always the end game for me. So I thought that was something, I could contribute to the D2 community, being something that I really liked and appreciated. But yeah. It's been fun so far. And of course, like, always tuned into, your speed runs. I thought that was great. And I was actually, I used to speed run a game, Ocarina of Time. And so when I figured out people were speed running Diablo 2, oh, of course, man, I tuned right in. I thought that was awesome. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, 5.5 years, more than that. Closing in on 6 years here in a couple months. So it's been a bit. We've been a bit of it, but it's been a great time. And I really want to go back to you there, because we haven't had someone really that came in and added a ton of like dueling to the stream scene. We had a lot of people come in for speedrunning, Holy Grail, all of that stuff. But I feel like there was definitely a spot open and necessary. So it's nice to have, and like I said, I've popped in and watched a few of those, and they're just crazy, man. I love watching just high skill things like that. So it's really fun to see.
I appreciate that. Yeah, one of the things too is I think I have seen people in the past kind of do some things about PvP, and I think there's a fine line you got to walk with it too. And I kind of went into streaming PvP with this mindset, and that is, you're not gonna be the best. There's going to be somebody out there. There's going to be a lot of people out there who are better than you.
Yep.
And that's okay. I think there's so much pressure, I feel like, or there used to be anyway, in Diablo 2, to be the best. You have to be the best. You have to be the best on this character.
Yep.
No one should be able to beat you. But it's just not the case, And as frustrating as that can be sometimes, when you're getting smashed up by builds you don't think you should lose to, and you're just getting beat by them over and over. As frustrating as it is, it's also refreshing, because that, like, okay, I got to think of things differently in this 20-plus-year-old game,
right,
that I think I know. You know what I mean? It's refreshing at the same time. But I kind of approached it with that mentality, that I would rather, my goal was to just try to find the really good people in the community and bring them together, because there are a lot of them out there, and there's a lot of people that I think others who play Diablo 2 can learn a lot from. I mean, if you've spent any time on Battle.net, you might see some of the same people every once in a while in duel games that are just insanely good, that really stand out,
right?
And they're good people, so that was kind of my goal with it, was just to try to bring a community together of, just some of the good-mannered, good people that, can sort of bring a breath of fresh air to the PvP scene in 2020.
A gift for you.
Right.
Heart, heart,
I
heart, heart, heart.
I agree. I think it's I think it's good to have in every game. Breath of fresh air. Just some good old fun. So, anyways, thank you, Coooley, and thank you, Stacks, over there. Some hearts to you as well. With that being said, we are probably really dang close here. They are grouping up the teams right now and preparing the brackets. So, because this is a bunch of 2v2s and all this stuff, we have to do some manual bracketing to get it all ready to go. But should be done soon. Should be good to go. But okay, we have our 10. We are putting together the bracket, so we are totally gonna be starting soon.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm getting hyped up. So I see you in game there.
Yep.
I am also in game. If you want to, would you like to see some of my HLD Paladin gear?
Sure.
Let's
see it.
Hold up. Let me get some of the GGs on first.
Okay, go swap it on.
If we're going to show off some stuff, I got to get some of the GGs on. Some of the stuff that people might not always be privy to. All right.
Let's see the hybrids.
Well, I didn't show the hybrids. We'll show those off in a bit. But we got, here's some of the cool stuff. We got a perfect, 100% perfect Heart of the Oak.
Nice.
15-3 just for style.
Just for style, the 15-3 on it. Gotta love it.
Hold on. Check out this helm. This is one of my most prized possessions on this guy.
What?
Yeah. This is... you can still find helms like this in D2. I always joke, when we're doing when we're on stream and we're dueling, about next level grail list items.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? If someone's looking for that next level grail list, if you're, maybe you could think about this, Llama. If you're done with your grail list, once you find your final item,
start doing next level grails. Go after some of the nasty rares.
And I think, one of the things that some people may never see in their entire time hunting for items in D2 is a 222 helm. What that means is 2 to skills, 20 faster cast rate, 2 open socket.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare to find. And you can find, obviously, some of these other, like, GG mods on it or whatnot.
Yep.
But, there's that. Another next level grail list item. And I did not find these myself. I'm big in the trading community. I like to trade because I know I will never find or craft or make any of these things.
Yes.
Is this amulet? Check this piece.
Oh, come on. A 220-20? Wow.
Yep, a 220-20 with a little bit of boost to cold resist there. And in PvP, that's actually
really sick. That is disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, as we were talking about, like the cold sorceress just rips away your resistances.
Right.
So to have something like that, is pretty good. We also have a nice little cold stack ring. We've got a very nice spirit and
nice.
Perfect raven.
Mm-hmm.
And get ready for it.
Give it to us.
If you've seen my video on bugged items that still exist in D2. That you can legitimately find.
Bug towns?
Here it is.
Oh.
Check this beast. You can legitimately find an item like this. It's bugged in the sense that Holy Shield is not supposed to drop or not supposed to spawn on a scepter. It can, but there's an algorithm in place in the game that discourages it from dropping.
Right.
But this is a +6 bow CTA with +3 Holy Shield on it.
That's nasty.
Yeah, nice little buff there for us.
The way that it works for people who are wondering, and you can correct me if I'm wrong in any case of this, but it does this with a lot of stuff in the game. An item or a shrine or anything, it's kind of like with shrines where you can't get a what's a high level shrine? We'll just say resist cold shrine in the Bloodmoor. But eventually the game gets tired of rolling for it, And if it rolls it enough times, or if it rolls just shrines that it can't produce enough times, it'll eventually go, screw it, here you go.
Exactly.
And it does.
That's a great example.
Yeah, and it does the same thing with items. So you can't get Holy Shield on a base like this. But basically, the game will roll and say, okay, let's put something on this base. And it'll say, all right, let's put Holy Shield. And they'll be like, no, you can't do that. And they'll be like, let's put, what's another thing that can't be on there? Smite. And they'll go, no, we can't. That's not allowed on there. And then it'll say, how about now? Smite? No. Okay, let's roll again. And it'll just roll through the skills, all of the skills. It doesn't go to the ones it can only do. It rolls through everything.
I mean, it rolls within certain brackets, like
right,
but it rolls through all of those in that bracket.
Right.
And if it keeps rolling the same thing, the algorithm is set to 6 times.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say the algorithm is set. The engine stops after 6 rejects.
Yep.
So what happens is it rejects it 6 times, and on the 7th time,
it goes, whatever this is,
whatever
just
you
screw
roll.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
It just says, forget it. I'm tired of re-rolling this. And it just stops, which is one of the most amazing things that they coded in, where they're like, yeah, let's reject it, I don't know, 6 times. And then, okay, I guess just let it go at that point.
Right. Well, I mean, from a programming standpoint, it kind of makes sense, right? Because if it didn't happen like that, and there was no clause to stop doing what it's doing,
right,
theoretically, you could crash an entire server by dropping an item.
Sure.
Theoretically, because
sure,
if
it infinite rolls,
you're going.
But I mean, it's such a fast process to just roll on, like, I guess they did it for some bug reason. But I don't know. It's such a weird one to me that, like, it just happens, and it does it with shrines, and it does it with everything, where they just put a clause in, and they're like, just stop at some point. 20-year-old computers, it's true.
At some point, this is just getting monotonous.
Yeah.
But, another thing I could point out real quick is look over at that torch. Do you notice anything weird about that?
We've got Hydra charges. We've got chance for Firestorm. What's weird about it? Is there something 25% chance?
The chat's got it. Shirley Sirius and Warren, they know what's up.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the higher percent chance for casting.
Yep. So they patched this in I believe 1.14, like the most recent patch. Some earlier version of this patch, they reduced the amount or the percent chance to cast level 10 Firestorm on a torch. Nowadays, if you find a torch, it's 5% chance to cast.
Yeah, I've got one right here, so I can show it off. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So it's this just eventually I think the developers, they don't make too many edits to the game these days, but this was apparently one thing that they said, this is a little too much.
So you got the 08 torch now.
Or the 1.13 torch.
The 1.3 or the 1.2 torch.